Oh, y'all, see? This is what I'm saying. See, he missing a leg? We knocked him down from a different location. Her, whatever you want to call her. Ugh. And then this joker reestablished itself in a more inconvenient location. No, it ain't dead. It is very much alive. Very much alive. Okay, and there is another family over by Athena, and there's like 3 families in the high tunnel. And when I say family, these are like 6 and 7 member families. Yeah, and they got in a fight the other day, and I just wanted to peace out because it was scary. Gracious, all of these storms have knocked so many fruit down. That's 4 peaches right there. Look at that. And that one's not too bad. Might be able to do something with it. And so when they're like this, I'm just taking them and that one's not too bad. Still a little firm. I'm taking them and I'm peeling them, washing them, peeling them, and then just taking the good pieces and putting them aside in the freezer. And when I'm ready to make like some peach flavored booch or add a little peach flavor to some oatmeal or whatever, then that's what I'm doing. Otherwise, Brady is just grabbing them and playing with them. But this tree has done the best so far, and it is the furthest away from the nectarine tree, so that probably, look at that, probably has a lot to do with it too. Bad bugs. When it is hot, nobody is trying to think about growing vegetables. Like, we're literally just trying to stay hydrated and not be sweaty all day long, right? But in the South, with our long growing season and our high heat and humidity, we have to go ahead and start thinking about the fall planting in the summer. Certain crops like Brussels sprouts are going to require a long growing season. So in order for them to mature before the heat becomes too unbearable for them, we have to start them early. Preferably late June, but it's already early July and I haven't started them yet. So I'm going to go ahead and get my Brussels sprouts started today, along with some other fall crops. Next, after these have had an opportunity to sit out in the sun and dry a little bit, which this heat is going to be like all of 5 minutes, we're going to spray them down with a mixture of sput peroxide and water, the same solution that we use on our microgreens to prevent mold. And we're going to just spray that down real good just to make sure there's no fungus that have decided to live over from spring planting that's going to start trying to colonize our summer planting for fall. That one's not good, Brian. You need to go again. No. Let's see if we can find the seeds we are looking for. Okay. Those are all going to be what? Here we are. Fall, winter, sun. Oof. Alright, let's see. Got some stuff laying on top here. Some mustard greens, and some arugula, and some bunch onions. Those onions did amazing for me this year. Oh no, got a hole. That's the only thing about Johnny's that I get like really irritated about, is that as expensive as those seeds are, those paper packages, they get a little damp or anything, is over. You got a hole. All right, so specifically I am looking for, what did I say? Oh yeah, we're looking for Brussels sprouts, and I usually have them categorized under cabbage because they look like little mini cabbages. So let me find the one we're looking for. So I have located the seeds that I'm going to be planting, and I have 3 varieties of Brussels sprouts that we're going to be using. I have this Catskill, which is said to be one of the best ones for growing in the southern part of the country. So, and ironically it came from southern exposure, so we're gonna definitely, it's not, I don't know, I may plant a whole tray of just this one because I really want to get some this year. But we'll see. We have that one, and we have the Long Island Brussels. This one is a 60, this is not correct, 100 to 110 days. It's more like 150 really, with the decreased daylight. I remember that from my notes from the one and only time that we were able to harvest Brussels sprouts, and we were able to harvest the purple Brussels sprout and a green one. So that's how I know I need to get it done early. And this other one is the Hestia. It's an AAS winner. This one we're going to also plant out completely. Germination rate on it is pretty good, but you can see these seeds are from 2020. So all of these seeds are fairly old. Let's see, 2022 on that one, and this one was 2018 on the Long Island. So I'm definitely going to be doing several seeds per cell on these. Alright, now when I was looking through my not my notes, but my seeds, I realized that I really needed to get some kale going as well. Now last time, this spring, winter when we did planting for spring, I did not get a good supply of kale, and the few plants that we did have that survived, that were set out, they got overtaken by bugs so quickly. I did put them in the high tunnel, and maybe that was my mistake. Maybe it was just too late to plant them in there. I don't know. But we did have a big issue with aphids this year, so as every year. But we're gonna plant some Toscano kale. We're gonna do some Darky Boar. This is just like a curly kale. And then we're gonna do the Franchuta. It's like a mix between, let me see if it says it on here. Portuguese kale. It's more cabbage-like than other kales, so it can tolerate better the heat better. So this is kind of like our crossover kale, and these two will be for winter and fall. I really do want to be able to do or offer our community the greens box again this fall, and so I'm going really heavy on our leafy greens again for field planting, but also for the high tunnel. So but these Brussels sprouts would not be ready until spring, but our kale, of course, it would fall into the late fall, early winter harvesting area. So also, you know, we have to do some mustards, and you know, we got to do some collards, right? Also, I have a bunch of other different kales too. I have red Russian kale. We have the blue dazzle. It's kind of like a dino kale, but it has like different shades of blue and green. It's really pretty. So I've got kale galore that can be planted. So as I'm planning out for the upcoming season, I'm keeping in mind what I need for my family, but also what I'm going to need to finance the farm. So how can the farm give back? How can it be sustainable? And one of those ways is we really need a lot of greens in our community, right? Any community, but that's one of the things that really does well in the winter months are the greens. So I want to make sure I have plenty of those planted. So I've got my seeds. I need to get over into my other bin and get out my labels, because we want to know what everything is, right? And then we'll be ready to start planting. We interrupt your program for a special message from Olle Gardens. Although it is well into summer, we are already thinking about fall here at Olle Gardens, and we want you to think about fall too. If you're looking to get a fall garden started, then please keep an eye on our website and on our social media, because today we are starting our kale. In addition to that, we're going to be starting our Brussels sprouts as well as our cabbages today. If you're thinking about starting a fall garden, now is the time to go ahead and get your seeds started. You can plant any of these things here right about now. Just keep in mind it'll be about 4 to 6 weeks before they're ready to go into the ground and before the climate is going to be more conducive for them to grow. If you don't want the hassle of worrying about starting your own seeds, then you can come find us and we'll do the hard work for you. Our plant sale should start around September 1st, which gives us just enough time to get the plants going so that you can grow big from home. Thank you for listening. Now back to your program. Okay, so we have our trays are already done. Now, I have several videos on the channel kind of outlining how I go about doing this. I will link those or put a pop-up somewhere so you can get to those. There wasn't really a need to do another one, but I will say that just be mindful. This particular one, this kale here, it is on these 2 rows, so we did a total of 24 of them. It is a pelleted seed, and pelleted seeds, they have like a little clay coating on them that helps you be able to seed them easily, and that clay coating has to be dissolved. And so when you're doing trays, a lot of times we tend to bottom water with these and just kind of let the water kind of soak up. But with this particular tray, I'm going to make sure that I just drip some water from the top every day until I start to see germination with this particular row. Now those seeds are kind of old as well, and with pelleted seeds, they only tend to last for a short period of time, like a year. When it comes to germination, the germination is going to take a drastic drop off. So I put several seeds in each of these cells, and I still may not get any germination, because I believe those seeds were from like 2022. So we'll see. But also, I really want to do some kale chips this year, and Toscano or Dino Kale is the ideal one to use for that. So instead of doing 3 different types, I just did the Darky Boar, which is a curly kale, and then the Toscano for the rest of this particular tray, because I want a lot of that. Now I will be doing another tray that has some flat leaf kale. Can't remember, Tronducha I think was the name of that one. I'm gonna be doing another tray with that, and also the red Russian kale. And since these have to stay indoors and be climate controlled for quite a while, about 4 to 6 weeks, I don't want to do too many because I only have so many shelves to be able, indoors, to be able to give them proper lighting. So otherwise they're going to get leggy, and then I've just really defeated the whole purpose. So I have to do like a rotational type system, and things that take less time, I can do them a little later, like the broccoli. The kale usually doesn't take too long, but in my anxiousness to see if these seeds were good, I went ahead and did those. That's the reason why I did them early. Kale is usually quicker than, say, broccoli or cauliflower. However, some of our broccoli, cauliflower varieties that we've chosen to work with over the years tend to be pretty successful and fairly quick. So we're just gonna push to try to get a fall harvest and a spring harvest this year. So stay tuned for that. So if you have any questions, y'all know y'all can just reach out to me through the comments, and I will do my best to address those. Also, if there's something you need to see a video on, let me know, and I'll see if I can get that information out to you. The more we can share within our little gardening and farming community, then the more we all can grow. Speaking of which, I want you guys to grow big from home, and I'll see you in the next video.